fucked up. Oops. Minor fuck up. It doesn't affect you guys. I just changed my PFP on X. You can't stream to X if it doesn't think you have premium, so I can't stream this on my account. Damn it. You know, things I wish I knew. Hey, I know for next time now. But damn, dude, no idea. Had no freaking clue. That works. It's still live over on the Crypto Slam and SlamX accounts. Live on YouTube. Nothing changes there. But yeah, check it out. Changed PFP today to my V1 Punk. Right, it's a PFP of my other channel. Feeling punky today, man. For a good reason. It's, punks. Punks are the story in NFTs. So I'm doing my part. Rocking the OG original CryptoPunk. But damn, now I'm realizing it's going to be a few days before I can stream over here again. So, yeah, hope you're following the other accounts. We'll work through it. We'll persist. Anyway, good morning, guys. Good to see you, Cat's Gravity, Jade. Hope you're all doing well. I'm starting with a story today. Actually, wasn't planning to start with this at all. Popped up immediately before I went live. It's my favorite thing about doing this with you guys is you guys, I think, being cool with me, going wherever we need to go. I mean, just it's that kind of show. All right, so this morning we talked about briefly the class action lawsuit against Binance, and CZ specifically, right? We mentioned it's not the SEC suing, it's not the DOJ, it's literally platform users who are suing Binance. Just accusing them of being too thinking of the right words, money laundering. They allow money laundering on their platform. This gets a little better, guys, because just minutes ago, Zach XBT replied to this. That the victim who filed actually had reached out to Zach asking for his help. It's pretty awesome. I like the story already. Message Zach for help after their funds were stolen. Get this, guys, over on Coinbase. Right, funds weren't stolen on Binance; they were stolen on Coinbase, and they thought that reporting it to Binance should get them their money back. Let's see if we can follow where they're going. You tell them early enough, and they freeze the funds. Maybe. Is that what you're hoping for? Or I know there's people in this space. You get your NFT wallet compromised, you lose NFTs. You reach out to the project incorrectly, right? But you reach out to the project and you ask them to help. Or you reach out to your buddies. Do you reach out to the marketplace? I get where that comes from. I get human nature. I get thinking something can be done, but at that point, it's too late, man. It's too late. Maybe reaching out to a marketplace like Binance, if they had support that was available right then, maybe they can put a pause on something. I don't know. But the crazier thing here is they didn't reach out to Binance, I guess, till possibly like years later. I'm going to read through this with you guys. It wasn't immediate. So all in all, silly story, man. And we're just getting this like silly like wave of new like fake news and like just idiotic stories here. I don't know what it is about right now. And I told you guys, I'm in a funny headspace. I'm like, I don't know. I'm getting angry. I'm getting angry very easily at stupid things. Politics specifically, I do need to throttle back from that. Normally it doesn't bother me. I don't even pay attention, but it's getting me. But these stories too, right? Like the RNFT's backstory starting to bug me. I don't know what it is, guys. I don't know what it is, but stories like this, same exact thing. Bothers me, although this one I can take a little more lightheartedly, and there's something funny about it. Anyway, here's some messages from that person, right? The guy who filed the lawsuit to Zach. I contacted and reported the problem to my wallet company prior to the hack. I can't even make sense of what that means. That might be when they reached out to... Is that Binance? What the fuck is that? And who's saying this part? You sound dumb, misinformed. I'm not a hacker to track the funds. My job is to report it to my company wallet. I'm so lost. This must be them reporting it to Binance. Their company wallet. Oh, Gravity, cool. Good to know. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I think YouTube's okay. And I think Crypto Slam SlamX X accounts. Okay, it's just my Hudah account, which again that doesn't matter. But again, now I know. Can't change the PFP. Hey, I'll have to leave it as the V1 for a while. I don't mind. Okay. Again, this is just funny. It's a nice timely update for something we talked about earlier. Let me see if we got any other little tidbits from Zach. Yeah, how can exchange know something is theft if it's not reported to them? Again, this person didn't report it. If it was reported beforehand by LE, guys, law enforcement. Okay. If law enforcement reports this to an exchange, then they can freeze it. Random user reporting it, nothing's happening, but especially if you report it, did he say years later? That's what I thought I read here. Yes. He didn't contact Binance till years after the threat. I'm going to pull up the article. We can move on from this in a quick second. But just so, context, just so people know exactly what we're talking about here. Excuse me. This I found over on Decrypt this morning. It's worth a read if you want. But, I think we've already gotten to, I think, the meat of it over in the Zach XBT, tweeter threads. I don't know. It's a funny story to start the morning. Anyway, there you have it. So today, definitely want to look at the NFT market. CryptoPunks, obviously big story here in the past 24 hours. A lot of sales, guys. 47, 48 sales. We'll see if any new ones have rolled in, but a lot of punk sales. And I do see people questioning if they're real or not, right? Some people incorrectly saying they're wash sales, which they're not. You could debate or argue what the intentions were on some of the sales, but it's not the same guys being flipped. Some, I'll tell you this, some are, but that doesn't automatically mean it's a wash sale. But there's real collecting happening. There's some guys who've never owned punks before who are finally getting into CryptoPunks, which is really cool. And there's other people who are already in CryptoPunks and supporting the collection. A lot of whales in that collection. So guys who are just in sweeping, supporting, propping it up. That's the part I question, how real some of it is, but it's not wash sales. Legitimate sales, great to see. We'll dive into that. I want to look at profits, losses, because I do think a lot of those punks were sold at a loss. I think that's interesting stuff. So we'll peek at that. Guys, Yuga Labs tonight has a poker event in the Other Side Metaverse. Planning to play it. And as long as I am playing it, I will be streaming that tonight. So if you're playing and it gives you the choice to kind of group up and play at a table, let me know. Let's see if we can get a table going. But I'm what's the word? I'm optimistic for Other Side. Believe it or not, I want to see it succeed. I'm always critical of the fact that it had no growth for 2-ish years, right? That nothing happened, that this far in after the Other Side mint, again, over 2 years ago, the only thing to show for it really is Project Dragon, which was neat. But that 2 years went by and nothing happened. That I'm always critical of that, and I think the Yuga guys would accept that criticism for sure. I really, like I've mentioned, I've grown to like Garga and Gordon and all those guys. I like a lot. And I think they would take that criticism, and I'm sure they're ready to move on because that's all they've gotten now for the past couple of years. I'll still continue to do it, but objectively and still talking about and covering the new stuff they are doing. If you don't like them, they still matter a lot, and they have to be talked about. And I do want to see them win. So I like to see the other side doors opened up for even something like a poker event. So I'll be there tonight. Again, most likely I'll be there, and if I am, I'll be streaming it. It looks fun. I like poker. Okay, what else? We'll peek at the market. Not just NFT, but crypto markets. We got to talk Tron. Everybody's talking Tron now. I hope you guys are seeing that. Not unexpected there. Really, the conversation is, how long does the Tron bubble last? And with people calling Justin Sun a scammer, right? Like, there's something real sus about that dude, I think, right? That bubble could sustain itself for a while. I think that guy like invents money out of thin air. So maybe he sustains that for a good long while. It's possible, man. It's possible. All right. Now this Gravity and I had a quick little chat this morning about Kamala Harris's supposed, guys. I think this is fake. I've gone back and forth. Thought it was real. Thought it was fake. Thought it was real again now. But Kamala supposedly supporting this. What is it? 25% tax on unrealized gains. Obviously, that's not going well anywhere. That said, it's definitely more nuanced than that. And I don't even know if it's true. Right? Gravity let me know. I don't even think it's true. But if it is true, again, there's certain thresholds that applies at. It doesn't stop us from beaming about it and people from getting upset. People really in their feels about this. Me, not so much. I just think it's pretty interesting. And if it's real, it's really, really bad for this market, potentially. Look, even if this only applies to the richest of the rich, who do you think makes these markets? Who do you think we're waiting? Who do you think we're waiting for to come into these markets so that way we can all eat? Right, it starts with those guys. Man, and think about that. If those guys don't come in, it's over. It's over for us. So it might not apply to you guys and me directly. It might not. Probably won't. But look at a guy like, I'm going to throw out names that I don't know if this applies to them. Let's throw a name like Beanie out there. Let's throw a name like CBB or CB, right? Biggest blur or blast farmer. He's in France. So it doesn't apply to him, but I want you to think of guys like that. And maybe those guys are already not here in the States, right? Maybe. But think of guys at that level who do trade enough to move these markets. Think of Machi. It applies to them. And they're either not going to be in the States, they're moving outside of the States, or they're not going to play in this ecosystem at all if that becomes the new norm. So that does matter, guys. Again, it doesn't matter if it affects us directly. It affects us downstream in really, really in a significant way. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Talking pro crypto, kind of talking pro, not even talking crypto at all. Signaling pro crypto, and then if something like this is true, it's not pro crypto. It's not. It feels, I don't know, man. It feels like a kind of direct attack on crypto. The way I look at it. With that said, guys, I'm not a fucking expert on markets at all. You know what I mean? If you're listening to this, please listen to it for whatever entertainment value it might have. I'm not an expert on that. I'm interested in it, like you guys. Nothing more. And I just want to understand it. And so my understanding is not great. Thank you, sir. Yeah, dude, smash the like. It does help. It helps a fuck ton. It helps a lot. It's probably the thing that helps the most out of anything. I don't mind. I don't care about shares. They help too, but man, likes and comments on the video, that helps a lot. I notice it. When they happen, views go up, right? It puts it in front of other people in like the YouTube for you. Just shows it to more people. And man, it's been really fun getting to learn how this stuff works and watching subscribers grow. And if you guys are watching on YouTube, right? This SlamX account used to be Forecast News, and it's kind of cool. Like maybe this doesn't matter one bit, or it's not even interesting, but it's an old account that now is SlamX. Had awesome content before, interviews with people like Yatsu, SBF, stuff like that from the Forecast News days. Awesome content. That said, a lot of that audience is out in Asia. And so I've certainly watched some of them unsubscribing and pulling back. They're not as into, NFT content, especially, maybe my type of NFT content. But the flip side is I'm certainly noticing a whole new market, a whole new audience coming in. So I watched, I watched that maybe market leave, and I see the other audience coming over. It's really cool to see. So yeah, smash like, all that stuff. It does help. Appreciate you guys. You guys know that, but gotta say it. I gotta say it. Means a lot. So let's talk CryptoPunks. Let's get to the NFT market. We'll kind of combine it all together, but definitely you got to start by talking CryptoPunks. As of the time of this tweet yesterday, 41 punks sold. Again, in the end, in that 24-hour window, 47, 48 punks. A lot of CryptoPunks. Like, beautiful. Awesome to see. Again, that whole are we back conversation, we're not back until punks are back, and I mean that. It's like the crypto market, not back unless Bitcoin is performing well and really finding a new all-time high. Look, we don't need to find an all-time high for punks. In fact, let's think about this. Punks don't need to hit an all-time high for the market to be back like Bitcoin does, right? Bitcoin really, really does. NFTs are so different, it's a different kind of indicator. Punks need a high floor. They don't need an all-time high to be back because it's, man, what is the word for it? What's the right way to think about this? It's such a speculative type of asset. It's such a luxury good, right? Those all-time highs kind of come at different parts of a cycle. But the fact that NFTs are these like luxury splurge kind of purchases, right? You don't need or you shouldn't even expect all-time highs in punks for this market to be back. Doesn't mean they're not going to come one day. I don't think they come this cycle at all, man. Not at all. But all we need to see is that. We just need to see him up. Speaking of which, guys, all-time high for punks. Mike, good morning, sir. All-time high for punks. How high did we get? 150? 100? Man, I do need to check this. 150? We didn't get to 200, I don't think, with punks, did we? I want to say it's 150-ish, ballpark. Right? Kongs always stood out to me because they flipped punks for a while, and they did get up to, like, what, 220? Excuse me. Cyber Kongs, Genesis Kongs got up to, like, a 220 ETH floor. Much smaller collection, right? A tenth of the size, but it's pretty wild, guys. Hang on, I was checking Vru's tweet here. Got a little degen play for you guys. Oh, reminds me, FSIC. I hope you guys entered the giveaway. I'm gonna do. Shit, I should have thought about this a little more clearly. And I am gonna do. Proper giveaway next time, next whitelist. Right, like we'll use AlphaBot or something like that. But for this time, it's retweet a tweet. Okay, what I'm thinking is I didn't set it up properly because if I'm going to have you continue to do it today, right, get in for your chance at the whitelist, well, it's yesterday's tweet. It's retweeting yesterday's show. It doesn't help us right now much, but whatever. That's still the tweet. I'm going to put that up on the screen in a second for you. If you didn't enter, that's the tweet. You retweet it. You comment your address. I'll show you in a second here. But from Vru, what is this? Is this like retweet kind of for an NFT? It looks like it. Or is it a whitelist? What are you getting here? By the way, don't show me stuff, but Vru gets to. Vru definitely gets to. Right? If he's seeing something that is worth our attention, I'll put it in front of you guys. No, some of you too. You guys know. You guys know. But check that out. Lady Bitcoin, Lady BTC _ do your thing. And then I'll pause here and show you the tweet. For the FSIC whitelist, hang on, I think we did the Crypto Slam one, right? Yeah, we did the Crypto Slam whitelist. Oh, okay, cool. You did, Gravere, you did. All right, sorry. Just looking for our giveaway tweet from yesterday. Yeah, it's this one. All right, it's that tweet, guys. On CryptoSlam.io, make sure you're following it. Right, but find this tweet. I dropped a link in the chat. If you can copy it, great. That's easier. But Pump Fun Hacker explains how he made 200K. That's the tweet. Right, so retweet that. Drop your wallet address, your Ordinals address, guys. And you got to be following BTC FSIC, right? It's a whitelist for that mint. Let me pull that up on screen too. Again, this is why I need to do an AlphaBot giveaway. Have it all right in front of your face. Make it a little more clear. By the way, FSIC partnering with Epic. So that was cool to see. I wonder if Tickle got them connected. Tickle's on the Epic team. But you have to be following BTC FSIC. And you got to be following CryptoSlam. And there you go. Retweet it. Drop your address. You're entered. I'll be drawing these tonight-ish. Maybe I'll do the drawing on the afternoon show. I'll ask Tickle when exactly he needs the list in by. He gave me 48 hours. So if it means I can draw tomorrow, great. But yeah, I might draw today on the afternoon show again. No, you do not need to enter again, by the way. You entered yesterday. You're all good. Because I'm going to go through it and I just manually add each to a picker. Actually, no, we got over a threshold. I can use the Twitter picker tool. So yeah, but entering again doesn't help. Yeah, I was thinking about doing a separate giveaway, right, for one, but for now, we'll keep it easy. I want this to be the last time that I'm not properly prepared for whitelist, right? I need a good tool, a good solution for it. But yeah, we'll get that rocking. What else? Oh, let me throw out, let me check. I want to see if I got a reply about this, but I want to put some feelers out there, guys. Yeah, fuck it. I'll just ask. How would you guys feel if the afternoon show, right? Me, Joe, Henry, was morning, this slot, maybe even like an hour earlier. What if the afternoon show, again with the boys, we really tightened up with the segments and turn it into a proper morning show? I would like to know people's thoughts on that. I'm thinking about it with Henry. I'm chatting with Joe. I want to know from those guys. I'm ready for something. I'm ready to go next level with some of this stuff. So yeah, share your thoughts if that's something you're interested in. Either way, I think I would like that to happen. I'll put it that way. All right, let's get back to Punks. Good luck on the whitelist, by the way. Punks, again, 29.5 ETH floor. Hard to imagine, but man, these things were down to a 20 ETH floor briefly for a short window of time here, guys. But this year, right, I would say probably even for just a few hours they touched that low. Right, not even a full day, but look at that. It wasn't even that long ago. Wow, dude. I don't know why I was thinking it was even earlier. Right, I remember earlier this year they fell, and actually, let's check the wrapped CryptoPunks. Right, I thought these hit briefly, very briefly, that 20 ETH floor. Dude, it was just a few weeks ago. Not even three, two-ish weeks ago. Wild. Massive swing back up to basically a 30 ETH floor. And I'll tell you this, if they hold this floor price, I think they might. If they hold this floor price, think of the confidence that gives people about the rest of these collections. Again, this is our anchor. We need to see CryptoPunks doing well. And part of what sparked this, guys, was some conversations out there that Pudgy Penguins or Bored Apes could flip the punks. That's crazy. I don't know if I could see Bored Apes flipping punks. I could definitely see Pudgy Penguins flipping punks. For a short period of time, I could definitely see it. But still, I believe nothing tops a punk. I think punks are the top collection in NFTs. The end. You know, the only problem with punks is there's too many of them. Like 10,000 still too many. But hey, down the road, 10, 15 years, no, that's nothing. 10K is nothing. For right now, we don't have 10,000 people that are willing to spend 30 ETH. It's a lot of money. We don't have that many people willing to spend 70, 75 grand on an NFT. We don't right now. But that does change at some point. All right, good feedback, by the way, about the afternoon show, guys. Yeah, there's just, man, you know what it is? It's knowing that we love doing the show. It's so freaking much fun. But I think we realize there's a great opportunity there. Like there's just a little magic. There's a lot of magic, you know? I feel that. Um, we have not tried to get guests, but I'll tell you this, we will never lack for them with our friends and contacts, you know, across this space. I am starting to talk to people about coming on the shows. Um, if I just put all these little separate pieces together, again, the chemistry with me, Joe Henry, the great guests and friends we have in this space coming on, combining maybe my morning market segment into it, I'm like, God, there's a really great show there. A really great show. One that I'd be proud to put up. I'm not very PvP, by the way, guys, but one that I'd be very proud to put in the morning slot. In a crowded morning spot, by the way, with like Steve, right? NFT Bark. With the guys over at, you know, the Nifty Show. Great shows, great guys. But I would not fear for a second put my show, especially with the guys, up against that stuff. Wouldn't. I think we'd do well. Again, I'm not very PvP, but I think that'd be a good look. I think it would attract sponsors. I definitely want sponsors. I want to help get good brands out there in front of people. So, yeah, we're talking about it. I think part of it makes a lot of sense. Oh, Gravity. Interesting. I like that, too. Would be nice to move afternoon to 4 p.m. start time right after the stock market closes. I like that. Tricky thing, I'll tell you this. The trickiest thing with the afternoon show, it's just a slower time of day. Like right there in the afternoon, you see it in Discords, like people getting off work. People, it feels like like this pocket of time where people aren't at their computers and, you know, aren't tuning into content. Now, part of me wants to brainstorm a Spaces too. Maybe that time makes sense for Spaces. But yeah. Yeah, I guess we got some stuff to figure out. I do not like bells, Brew, at all. Part of this is being salty. I don't like bells. Yeah, bells is like the OG meme coin. It was, yeah. So I'll spit out what you're saying here, but it was launched before Doge, from the same founder. I got to talk to that guy once before he got really, really popular. It was a weird ass story. In fact, let me see if I can find it. There's this like clickbaity YouTuber. Fuck, oh man. I'm going to see if you guys remember this guy. Yeah. Okay, hang on. I think it's this guy. Hang on. Let me see if it's him. Oh no, it's not him. I'm mixing people up. All right, let's scrap this story for now. I will just say there was a YouTuber who was getting really big in the Doge ecosystem, 2020. And in his Discord, and the founder of Doge, the guy who created, I can't remember his name, was in there. And we were in a group chat. It was like 8 of us talking about launching like a DEX. That was cool. That was a really, really fucking cool moment. Nothing ever came of it. That's my story. That was it. Anyway, Bells launched by him. All right, so Bells was making waves. Let me see. Hang on. The early inscriptions, like Bells avatars, like 30, 40. Yeah, okay. Hey, drop a link to the Bells inscriptions. I think that's kind of interesting. Okay, what I didn't like about Bells is, what is his name? Adam McBride? What the fuck's his name? I think a nice guy, by the way. Adam McBride. I think a nice guy. Has been shilling Bells for a while now. Months. Right? He opened up a Discord. Maybe beginning of the summer, maybe like midsummer. No, it was months ago, guys. Heard about Bells. Saw him doing that. He's the biggest voice behind Bells at this point. So got in his server. He's got a tutorial to mine, right? To mine Bells. Here's how you do it. Install this. Set up a file structure this way or whatever, right? It was cool. Jade, I'm going to come back to that in a second, by the way, because I have a question and probably a comment. Okay, so Adam set up a server, a Bell server. It's open now. It's pretty hyped. was teaching how to mine bells. I got it all set up. I got things rocking. I've got a pretty decent PC, and in theory, you should be able to mine from your PC. Without a dedicated like miner rig. I would think. I couldn't get the shit to work. I couldn't mine. I got nothing. Like nothing worked. As far as the application, you can tell I'm an idiot with this stuff. I've never done it before this. The actual application was set up properly. Everything is working, but like this is immediately after he announced it and dropped those instructions on how to do it. It dropped on X first, by the way. This is even before I think the Discord was open. Had instructions on how to do it. I'm in there, nothing's working. He's like, oh, yeah, it's probably like it's too difficult now to even mine blocks. Like it's going to take a long time to even mine one. As in, it's too late. As in, I'm assuming he and buddies already mined the shit out of this thing and dropped that info once it was basically too late. That was pretty damn I'll tell you what, that was super, super fucking frustrating. It's why I don't like bells now, because it feels like there's a motive behind the push, which is to make money. It feels like he was tricking people. Again, I like Adam. I don't want to, I'm whatever. I'm sticking to it. I'm telling you how it felt and why I don't like it. It felt a little gross. At the same time, felt the opportunity back then, felt it all along. Now at a $35 million market cap, exact same thing. Bells is going to have its time in the spotlight. It's probably going to cook. But I didn't like having my time wasted with something like that was being told to me was an opportunity. It's early. Here's how you mine it. Just to find out, no, it's literally too late to mine. We mined the shit out of it. Like, that's annoying. So, I don't touch it for that reason. And that said, NFA, but I bet you at a $30 million market cap, it's decent. Just know that Adam and whoever else is on his little, team, if there's a team, whatever, are making a fuck ton of money. They mined the shit out of it. They got a ton of that supply. And only after they got to that point did they really start pumping it. This is how meme coins work, by the way, guys. It's not abnormal. Right? Is it dirty? I don't even know. Maybe no comment on that. It's how it works. And I can tell you, having been there in the trenches, kind of, if you want to call that the trenches, it's exactly what happened with this coin. So it's why I don't love it. I even got those instructions saved somewhere. I tried. I really did. I put a few hours into trying to get that to work. Still in that Discord, but yeah. Yeah, I just didn't like that after that. It was like, yeah, it's probably really difficult to mine now. I'm like, yo, the instructions just dropped a day ago. All right, so Jade, Biggie Poppins and the other guy on Thursdays. Hang on, let me think about that. So I had, on my shows, I had Biggie on the weekends. Oh, dude, Jade, you're right. Holy shit, I forgot. We had Biggie on Thursdays and Peter on Fridays. You're right. I love that. That was so much fun. Peter's definitely coming back, and Biggie, I don't know, and no issue. Biggie and I are friends. Love Biggie. He's just busy with. First off, I changed format, especially of this show or the afternoon show a bit. It was like we were trying to like firm things up and get a more routine thing going. Peter's been busy with life shit, so he hasn't been able to make it. Maybe an open door there still too, but both of them are really good friends. Peter especially, known him for 3.5, almost 4 years in the space. One of my earliest friends. I like those guys. I think we'll have to cycle back to that kind of shit. Like that was fun. Oh, wow. Dude, almost like an 8x on bells, huh? Yeah, wild stuff. So anyway, bells, definitely an opportunity. Just know that opportunity also means this guy's making you a lot of money. So that's your disclaimer. Okay, punks. Well, okay, we lightly covered punks. We didn't get to the meat of this yet. We're looking at profits, losses on CryptoPunks. But I want to quickly touch the Are We Back? The Are We Back stuff. Hang on. Hang on. Don't judge me. When I feel like I'm getting in a zone, I gotta go in with a Zin. I'm sorry, don't judge me. It's just it's my new thing. Jesus, Lemon. Funny story, I quit vaping like 2-3 weeks ago. I didn't like Zins at all. Like, I didn't like them. I like them a lot now. Yeah, I just like them. I like nicotine a lot. My favorite drug. I had a tweet written up today about psychedelics, I'll tell you that. Changed my life. Absolutely freaking changed my life. Why am I talking about that shit? I don't know. I like psychedelics. Got me off of like a 20+ year benzos addiction. Prescribed, but oh my God, addicted. Yeah. Changed my life. Depression gone, addiction gone. One mushroom trip. Yeah, I wrote that up in a thread, deleted it. Dude, my kids hated that. My kids hated me vaping, which I get. They're learning about it in health class. So, yeah, they hated it. So, yeah, stopped. Yeah, it's not even that hard to stop. I just, I'm saying that as I switched to Zins. But, I stopped many times before. It's didn't find it hard. Anyway, NFTs. Are we back? We're officially, dude, I wish I could rename this. Great name already, CryptoSlam 500 NFT Index, but it's the Are We Back detector. And I do want to build a little chart, like a fear greed index kind of looking thing with this. But past day, up 1.3%, looks great. Past 7 days, again, we looked at this yesterday. We're not back. We're not back until the 1 day, the 7 day, the 30 days back, right? And I'll tell you this. I was chatting internally about it, that the 30 day is probably all you need as your metric. I agree, but I also don't. Because if, let's say volume is up and, well, let me back up and explain how this works. USD value of the top 500 NFT collections. Okay, let's say Bored Apes Punks, top 500 collections, just blanket like that. Price is climbing here over a 30-day period. Obviously, great sign when it's in the green in 30 days. I say we're back. Let's say overall those collections get up and they're, I don't know, up 20%, and then in theory, index is up somewhere around that amount, up 20%. Well, as you start getting into the next 30-day period, right, that starts kind of looking like it's coming down or stabilizing, more like stabilizing, right? And if they come down a little bit, it might look like we're down. I think we need to factor in the 7 day and 1 day as well. There has to be some weighted system, because if the prices are still way up and then in a 30-day period it's down the littlest bit, I look at it very much like we're still back. Like our foot is still on the gas and maintaining. We're not pushing it, pedal to the metal, right? But I still look at it very much as we're back. And I don't know if I see like that the 30 days down 1%. You might read into that we're heading the wrong direction, when in reality we're up big and we're maintaining. So I got to think about that and how really you would weight it properly. Again, I defer to our data experts because that's what we have on the team, and they say 30 days really all you need. Again, I just think through that and I'm like, there has to be, I think, some weight to this stuff too. I think, hell, maybe you even need to have some weight to the 60-day and year-to-date. So comparing where we're at now, not necessarily the difference, but where we were at compared to that time, just to see that, yes, we are still back because we're up, 75% compared to whatever. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I want to think through this more. I wish I were more like a data scientist. I tons of respect for him, like my brother Tickle Snarf is. Dude, Tickle, if you guys don't know, is a world-class data scientist, right? Does work for the... does he do it for the WEF? I think he does. He does. He's done stuff for the United Nations, right? Like, Tickle does stuff at like the state, country level, like big time shit. Tickle's a dude. So I should just ask him these questions too. This is his jam. Anyway, we're not back. All that to say, we're not back. Okay, now with that said, by the way, there was some SlamNet news I got to put in front of you. With that said, we did look at this yesterday. ETH is kind of back. Although, actually, this is great. Look, you learn from just peeking at these things. Down in the past 24 hours. Past 7 days, though, looks great. ETH NFT ecosystem up 1.88%. You can't say we're back yet. This is what I'm ultimately looking for, is still 30 days. 30 days on ETH. Okay, my mouse right now at about August 6th, August 7th. I want to get about 30 days out from that and see what this looks like, right? I don't think we're going to gain 13, 14% here. I don't. Maybe we do. I don't think we're going to. But I do think we maintain where we're at now, and if not, beat that in a couple weeks. So I'm looking for about 2 weeks out from right now, 30 days out from August 6th. And I think at that point, we might look like we're back on the 30-day. We'll see. Over on the Solana side, kind of flat in the past 24 hours. Same for the 7-day. And then on the 30-day, actually, look at that, guys. Solana on the 30-day looks really decent. Right? Solana on the 30-day, basically flat too, down 1%. Solana might come back before ETH does. That's actually really, really interesting. Nobody's talking about that, are they? It's a good storyline. Nobody's talking about that. The focus is on ETH, but in reality, compare those two ecosystems. ETH is down bad in the past 30 days. Solana looking great. So watch out for this, guys, that over the next couple days here, honestly, over the next couple days, the storyline, everybody's kind of shitting on Solana. Beanie calling it the, what is it? He calls it like a poor ecosystem. Like maybe there's some truth to that, but you'll see me at least tweeting about this when this turns green. And look, this will turn green maybe in a few days. Solana might be back before ETH is back. If I'm going by 30 days, Solana's looking all right. All right, so that's our temperature check. That's our are we back meter. It's looking great. Here's Punk still, top of the leaderboard. Let me refresh, but top of the leaderboard I expect still. 3.2 million sales. And man, just a lot of Punk sales yesterday. A lot. Out of the top 50, I think 43. When I looked this morning, right, because it is rolling. Like, this is live data, by the way, guys. Maybe it's updated every 15 minutes. Technically, behind the scenes, it's live. It's awesome. Oh, man, I can't wait for you guys to be able to tap into it, like really tap in. We have an API. I can't wait. I probably shouldn't say shit, but, Slam AI. The whole idea of an LLM that taps into Web3 data. Again, we have NFT data up here. We have everything. Everything on chain. Everything. Man, tapping into that with an LLM is wild. Dude, Gravity's so spot the fuck on. Tickle is the data goat. He really is. That's not me just pumping my brother. Like, it is pumping my brother, but he is. He legitimately, like, world-class data scientist. He's amazing. Simon Cat, Havenpeck. Simon Cat, it is out, at least the pre-sale. I think they sold like $4 million worth of the token. If there's time, I want to cover it. I don't know if we'll have time, but it's out to a degree. Like the pre-sale, it happened or is still actively happening. I don't know how. I have a hard time with tokens like that of knowing how high they can really go at this point. I don't know. It's a weird time in the market. But staying on Punks, I'll scroll just again to get a little feel for how many Punk sales. Looks great. Look at that. So the 44 of the top 50 sales, all CryptoPunks. A big day, guys. Like the highest we've seen in almost a year. 10 months. Best day in the past 10 months, that's for sure. And some great looking Punks selling. Great stuff. Now, okay, we're not going to check all 43 of those, but I definitely want to start checking some and look for profits. Because I'll show you, we had a pretty big day of losses yesterday, and I'm just going to assume that has a lot to do with all these Punk sales. Just kind of adds up, right? In fact, we'll peek at today's profit losses too, but 1.6 million in the negative yesterday. It's our worst day of profits here in a few weeks at least. We hit 3 million in the negative like 2-3 weeks ago. 3 mil, 2 mil, right? So it is not our worst day of losses by any means this year. Not at all. In fact, we've seen around this number multiple times, but top 10 worst day, maybe top 15, absolutely. Definitely is. And then today, what was it? Negative 700, almost negative 800K. So some perspective, a lot selling, but a lot of people getting out, taking a loss, but getting liquid. And I actually look at that as kind of bullish, right? People want to get liquid because maybe they're sensing a really nice opportunity coming here. Maybe they're sensing the market bouncing back. And if it bounces back or when it bounces back, you don't want to be illiquid. You don't want to be without some powder. So I actually look at losses sometimes as a really bullish sign too, really. Really, people getting liquid, I think, can be pretty damn bullish. Okay, so we'll spot check these. Slight gain here, right? Not a wash sale. It's a real sale, real trade. I mean, not bad, right? $23,000 profit here. Decent gain there too. Again, not a wash sale. Real trade. Nice profit there too. About 16 grand. Wonder why that one's missing. Oh, there it is. Okay. This one, maybe the first time it sold since it minted. It's cool to see too. That's always interesting for me to see. I like it. This one definitely sold at a loss. Okay, this one last sold 2 years ago, 134 grand. This one sold at a loss both in ETH value, tremendous ETH loss. Right? Almost about 60 ETH, 64 ETH. But also taking about a $44,000 loss on the sale too. Right? 44 grand out of 1.6 mil. And again, start thinking there were 40 something sold. It really starts adding up. And how about this one? There's a nice profit. 5 ETH profit, but in USD, almost 2x their money. Let's say like a 70% gain. Awful. It's a good point. Blows my mind. Seems a lot of the sales were super low for punks. Yeah, I mean, punks are low. Punks are pretty damn low. They are. Great to see the volume for sure, but it is losses. And look at this. With that extra volume, some people taking advantage, like, right? Making a couple ETH in the process. This person making 2 ETH in just a few hours. 2 ETH. About 5 grand. Why not? That's a year's, that's a month's salary for a lot of people. It's a nice trade right there. But again, I think we're going to see some more of these. Here's another nice profit. About 4 ETH here. So profits there. Here's another loss. Here's a decent loss. Lost 5 ETH. USD value over that time, though. It's pretty big. Wow. Wow, this one's like a 50 grand loss, right? Again, we're at 90,000 or so between two punks. Yeah, this one counts as a loss. There's some profits. Let's keep going. We only got a few left to check. I'm not going to check all of them, but we'll scroll through. Small gain on this one. Here's another big loss here. Again, remember, USD is what we were looking at, 1.6 mil. Yeah, so here's another, about $30-something thousand loss. This one may be the first for sale after mint, maybe. Okay, here we go. Here's a big loss, right? This is where some of the bigger chunks of money or biggest losses come from. Okay, this one last bought for about 90 ETH. So lost about 60 ETH in this trade. Guys, this one, about $210,000 loss here. There we go. So between 3 of those punks, right? 300,000 in losses between those 3. So again, you can imagine then over the course of, 47 or so sales, a big chunk of that 1.6 million, it comes from the punks. Maybe $1 million in losses. Maybe. I don't know. Again, if we're checking them all, it probably adds up. Right? Another loss. Smaller, but, 15,000. Cosmos, did we talk about Fractal yet? I still haven't. Because I'm actually talking to those guys, the Fractal team. So I want to get them on. Like, right, I do want to talk about Fractal. We could, like, touch on it here, but I want them to come on and talk about their platform because I do think it's awesome. So with that said, I think we should touch on it. We should. Somebody made a nice light reading, tweet thread that kind of breaks it down. Let me pull that up. It's worth doing. But there you go. I don't know that we have to get any deeper in punks. I think you got a good taste of what it is we're talking about, right? You see all the sales. You certainly saw some of the losses there. 300K between, 3 or 4 punks. Did we get up to closer to 350K? Something like that. Between 3 or 4 punks. A lot of losses. A lot. And still, like I said, I do think pretty damn bullish. I like it. I like seeing people getting liquid, getting ready for this next run. It's a good sign. Yeah, Cosmos. Yeah, again, would love to get the Fractal team on here. Maybe we raid one of their tweets and let them see the community. Like, again, that the community's itching to learn about it. So. That'd be cool. Yeah, you know what? We've got, 5-ish minutes. Let's cover a little Fractal. Let me think if there were. I was gonna say, let's see if there's anything else I wanted to cover. There's always plenty to cover. I wanted to talk about Restore the Republic briefly. Let me throw that up and just see what they got cooking. Yeah, they dropped a roadmap yesterday. But I want to see if there's anything noteworthy going on there, considering I think the Defiant stuff is coming, right? And I think it's from Musk, too. It's from the Trumps, but I think it's also from Elon Musk. Restore the Republic. Anybody still looking at that, like watching it? I was saving this really to actually talk about here. I don't even know what their roadmap looked like. Yeah, here it is. I mean, they feel dead. I don't even know what the market cap is. I don't know if I care too much to look. It feels cooked, right? Yeah, why don't we touch on this? What to expect moving forward. This is from 2 days ago, by the way. Okay. Oh, I like this. Okay, hey, okay, this is worth doing. This is kind of interesting. $50,000 bounty via Arkham to identify who dumped those tokens early, like some insiders. Maybe sniped some supply or got some supply and dumped it. That stems from a Zach XPT expose on the token. All right, looks like they are burning some of the supply. I'm not going to get deep into this. Okay, they're going to offer staking. Stake and earn, okay. So some staking coming to RTR. Okay. I mean, this is pretty typical. Okay, they're giving away prizes. They're going to donate to charities. Okay, whatever. George, that BAMP token, it's a rune. I like it. I think it's super interesting. A stable coin on Bitcoin, I think is awesome. That was hot a few months ago, right? Probably 2 to 3 months ago at the most. Super hot rune. Makes a lot of sense to have a stable coin on Bitcoin. Again, great backing. Yeah, I like it. I like it, man. If it makes sense to get deeper into that at some point here, then we will. But I liked it. I liked it a lot. But yeah, let's spend a few minutes going over Fractal. Petty. I don't know Petty, but like really decent little thread. It's not super in depth, but let's peek at it. Again, Fractal guys, I hope you're watching. Come on the show. Like people are asking. People are asking to learn more. Come on and help educate. Otherwise, I'm still going to do it. Don't worry. Like I'm still very excited to dive in. But be cool to have you on and explain it. So Fractal, it is a scaling solution for Bitcoin. I'm still not clear, and this is something I'd like to ask him, if it's considered an L2. Right? It uses Bitcoin Core, so it functions exactly like Bitcoin does. Does it maintain the same security just because it uses Bitcoin Core? And I ask that because part of what brings security to Bitcoin is how decentralized it is now, right? How many Bitcoin nodes there are. Do you have the same here on Fractal? I guess in theory you could, right? You got a whole bunch of VMs running Fractal. I guess in theory, maybe, yes. Perfect question for these guys. But I would almost picture this like having a bunch of different instances of the Bitcoin blockchain running elsewhere, but only like maybe a roll-up type environment where things are being processed on Fractal, and then certain data rolled up to, mainnet. Fractal's a technology that takes the original Bitcoin software, puts it in a special virtual package. There you go. Allows it to be expanded endlessly in layers. So again, are we talking an L2? Makes it scalable. Makes sense. Again, this is not super technical. At the same time, it's maybe too technical for me to break down here now. I definitely get stuck on this in a good way. Great partners. Right? Unisat wallet's going to work on Fractal. It's great. The fact that there's a bridge involved means, again, I'm thinking we need to think of it like an L2. Their own block explorer, they'll have a bridge. Fractal swap, I'm assuming this is for Fractal fungible tokens, right? I think they have their own new fungible token standard. On top of that, I think you can wrap runes and wrap BRC20s and probably use Fractal swap. Yeah, Unisat wallet compatibility right from the get-go. By the way, this does launch in a few weeks, right? Launching in September. Bullish. Unisat's great. Unisat now backed by Binance. Remember, Binance is an investor in Unisat now. Interesting, George. That's really interesting. George says, I don't think it interacts with the Bitcoin blockchain at all. So it's just taking the Bitcoin core code and running its own separate blockchain. I don't like that, actually. I don't think I like that. Right? If this is not ultimately rolled up to Bitcoin, to mainnet. Cosmos, exactly. If it's like a layer 2, it's good for runes. It's good for BRC20s. It's good for ordinals. It's good for all that stuff. Yeah, exactly. If it remains its own separate blockchain that doesn't even touch Bitcoin other than you can bridge your shit between the two, I don't know, man. I don't think I love that as much. I don't like the segmenting to that degree. No, I mean, George, it's a great question. It's why I would love them here to answer. I think the community has a lot of questions about it. And with the launch coming in just a few weeks, I think you want people to be understanding it pretty deeply right now. You want adoption, and you want it to happen pretty quick. You want people to have confidence in this potentially new blockchain. So I would love to hear that too. Mice, does SlamX plan on adding Doginals? So on the CryptoSlam website, we plan on adding every blockchain with... Oh, hang on, let me think. Doginals. Are these like ordinals on Dogechain, or is Doginals an ordinals collection? If it's an ordinals collection, it should already be on the site. But if it's Dogechain collectibles, the answer is yes. We want every blockchain with collectibles. We may have even been in touch with those guys already. There's just other blockchains that are being worked on to get integrated that got in ahead of them, right? Yeah, picture right now some of the other major chains with collectibles that you don't see yet on CryptoSlam. Just imagine most of them are in progress, right? I think we've teased some of them too, and some of them have been live on the site briefly, and then taken down to maybe enhance is the best way to put it, right? Like you don't see base on here yet. There's some other major chains you don't see yet, but will be there are 90, 95, 99% of the way there. Yeah, inscriptions. I remember them reaching out to me and chatting with them, and I mean, it's a yes to everything. Again, don't know where it is in progress wise, but the answer is, always gonna be yes. All of them, every single blockchain with NFTs and more belongs here, right? So no time frames, but yeah. Awful lot, that'd be cool. SlamX should be an exchange. Use all chains. Again, yeah, CryptoSlam is going to be in everything data hub. An exchange would be cool. We did a marketplace at one point, droppingnow.io. Only Dutch auctions, which is interesting. Kind of makes an event out of every sale. But we dabbled in marketplaces. Exchange shit would be really interesting. I can tell you that everything upcoming with SlamNet, the purpose of it is to give the community the data for the community to then build off of it. So just putting that out there. The data's all there. If somebody wants to build off of it, hell yeah. What's up, Doge Pound? Good to see you, man. Yeah, a few of you must be coming from the Doge ecosystem. Obviously, I know you guys. You've been around for a bit. But yeah, I would love to see Doginals, the whole Doge chain ecosystem on here. Would be cool. Marty, I don't disagree. Punks are the only real NFT left. It's the most important NFT in the world. CryptoPunks, V1s, and the V2s. I always hate saying V2s like I'm trying to diminish CryptoPunks. Not at all. But CryptoPunks to me are the biggest, best. It can leave it right there. The biggest, best NFT. The end. Love CryptoPunks. I switched my PFP to a V1 today. I love them. All right, where the fuck did my... Here we go. Yeah, I need more details than this, to be honest. I do. Now, on me. I've got to dive in and learn it better to be able to explain it. Me wanting the guys on to explain it's not an excuse for not understanding it. It's just super technical. Like, I am not the most technical guy. Technical enough, but I would really love to understand fractal Bitcoin. It's just coming so soon, and enough of the community still has questions. So there does need to be some more training out here. Now, guys, keep in mind they have that FB token, and that FB token through FSIC, right? That's the miner for it. It's interesting. That's the giveaway we have. So remember, go find the the CryptoSlam. Probably your easiest way to find that at this point is looking through my timeline, right? Hudah_idiot. I retweeted it yesterday with the instructions, right? What tweet to tweet, who you got to follow. I'll be picking those 5 whitelist winners for the FSIC ordinal there. Maybe a good place to end is just there. Again, yeah, obviously, we need to learn more about Fractal here. Yeah, I want him on. Push those guys. Send him a DM. Tell him you want to see him come on the show. Yes, FSIC. Actually, hang on. Let me go through a couple comments and then we will call it a show. Oh, Marty, good shit. You didn't sell your punk, huh? I thought you sold your punk too, Marty. Yeah, Marty also saying gas on Ethereum has been less than a gwei, tiny. It's been like non-existent, which is wild. It's a really interesting chat, Marty. Also planning to do an L2 discussion. Saigar had a really great thread on L2s and how they work and why and all that good stuff. Is it bad for ETH? To some degree, you would think yes, right? You would think it reflects people not using ETH, and to a degree that is true. Flip side is, man, it's going to get really attractive to people to come back with it that cheap, right? People moved away because it got so expensive. You would think in theory, maybe people come roaring back because it is so cheap again. But they all come back and fees go back up. So it's a weird game. It's a weird dynamic. I don't know. I guess my gut tells me ETH is going to come roaring back at some point. I hope this cycle. Maybe it's next cycle. Maybe it's never. F6 seems to be a cash grab. It is pretty pricey. Right? R6 were given away. R6 were free. They were airdropped. F6 are 0.0048, right? We're talking a few $100. So it's not cheap, and especially in this market, that is a pretty pricey mint. Pretty much equals like 0.1 ETH, right? So it's pricey. It is. Doge Pound, people need to zoom out on ETH long term. You know, ETH, this isn't a worry, but it's just an observation. Remember ENS, and we got into it and we speculated that, you know, down the road it's going to be huge. You can park on some of those names. And it turned out that ENS developed that platform. They changed it where you couldn't really speculate. They thought the potential of ENS was so big that they didn't want people focusing on the speculating side of it. They wanted people to focus on the utility, the use case of ENS. And so they killed the speculative value of it. Part by making it too expensive to renew leases, right? To renew your leases on some of those ENS. Like my 3-character ENS was going to cost thousands to renew. They did that by design. They kept it. They changed rules to make it where you weren't just going to park on shit. ETH is very similar, right? Vitalik's made so much money. Now he doesn't give a shit if you make money. He wants ETH to be adopted. I think he prefers it to be cheap. So it's part of why we're seeing it the way it is now. It makes me worry about the value for ETH itself, right? A big part of the value is the speculative value. If people are making money, they're going to focus on it. They're going to come here. They're going to transact. If they can't win, are they going to go focus their attention and their money in an ecosystem where they can win? Yeah, I kind of think so. So my worry with ETH is that it goes the ENS route and they continue to evolve based off of what makes it cheaper and easier. It's not a bad way to do it. It's not. But is it bad for your wallet, your investments? It might be. Oh, good shit. Marty, you delisted. Okay. So Marty had his punk listed, delisted it, almost lost it. Wow. Honestly, yeah, a punk is one of those things, I just say keep it forever. Just keep it forever. Punks are special. There's only one punk. There's only one punk. You know what I mean? There's no other CryptoPunk in the world. And, again, if NFTs don't come back this cycle, it doesn't matter. Nothing changes with the thesis on punks and where they'll be at some point. Yeah, I would say never get rid of a punk. ENS did some kind of partnership with GoDaddy, you're right. I can't remember what exactly. ENS is growing tremendously. Yeah, just I don't know if there's any ways for you, me, us to make money in ENS anymore. It's different. And again, I worry that ETH kind of goes that way and that actually pushes people outside of the ecosystem, again, to L2s. And again, that's, I think, exactly what Vitalik wanted. So, yeah, keep that stuff in mind. All right. Send Fractal DMs. Tell them to come on the show. They need a little extra push, I think. They want to see the community. I'll tell you that. So DM Fractal. Tell them to come on the SlamX show. You can drop my name. We'll get them on here. Okay. Let me pull up the tweet. We'll get out of here. Shout out to Tickle, by the way, for getting us the whitelist. Really, really fucking cool. Here you go. On my timeline, just find this tweet. Whitelist opportunity. Again, it's follow BTCFSIC. It's follow CryptoSlam, and it's retweeting, not my tweet, guys. A few people retweeted mine. You got to retweet the CryptoSlam tweet that's quote tweeted here. Take that tweet, retweet it, drop your address in there. Again, we'll get AlphaBot rocking. But for now, this is the giveaway. Great odds, by the way. 5 spots. What is there, like 15 entries maybe? Great odds to win. 23 entries, 5 winners, 25% chance. Better than 25% chance to win. 20%, whatever. I'm not mathing right now. Anyway. Guys, yeah, we'll call it there. Still, plenty left on the table to talk about. We'll get to some of that on the afternoon show. You never know what's going to pop up in the meantime, too. Fun as hell space. But anyway, guys, thank you for hanging. Appreciate the hell out of you. Smash the like a final time if you did not already. Make sure you're following and subscribed. Subscribe at SlamX Official on YouTube. It's SlamXIO over on X. Follow CryptoSlamIO on X as well. Guys, hope your day's fantastic. We'll see you in a few hours, 4:30 p.m. Eastern time right here with Joe, with Henry. Guys, have a great day. We'll see you.